What's going on? Coach Harrison at Nimitz Volleyball. Hey, things are happening over there at Nimitz right now with the volleyball vibe. What's kind of been the vibe this season? You've started off on really well. What's been the difference?
The difference, in my opinion, the kids are fearless. They don't let nothing get too complicated for them. They want to learn. They challenge each other. It's kind of like, hey, you and I, we play the same position, but I'm gonna be that middle one. I'm gonna be that first outside. and it's healthy competition. So it's just a different breed of kids, and like I said, they're fearless. They want to have fun. They want to learn, and the rest is history right now.
What would you say the strength of y'all's team is? Is it defense, offense? What's kind of the strength?
The strength, in my opinion, is both. I'm gonna say both because they hit the floor. They want to hit. They want to hit the ball. They're aggressive. So it's both, in my opinion.
It's a pretty tough district. You've got Spring in there. MacArthur's had some success. How do you feel like y'all stack up? I know it's kind of early, but how do y'all stack up in the district? Is it playoff or bust this year?
No, it's definitely playoff this year. Definitely, right. For sure. Yeah.
So when you got there, this is your fourth season. What did you feel like you had to change inside the culture of the volleyball program from the outset?
Kids playing club. Kids playing in the off season. That's a big thing. Because when I first got here, maybe one or two kids play, but now I would say maybe 75% now plays.
That's a big deal.
That's been a big thing in this district. So yeah.
So what chemistry is so key, especially in girls sports, so key. How have you been able to kind of build chemistry? You mentioned earlier that healthy competition. How have you been able to build that inside the locker room?
Well, they actually played summer league together, so that's kind of where it started. And just being together during strength and conditioning, and like I said, just having them together, and then it just kind of like translated into the season. So it's just them being around each other, getting to know each other on a personal level, and actually
when that schedule comes out, what is the game you'll have circled? Like, who is the team you want to go on the road to, or you want to host at your place? What's that team that's kind of the rival inside the district?
Definitely MacArthur.
Right.
Definitely, for sure, yes. And some of the girls, they play club with some of those girls as well. So they actually play with, I have a club organization here in Houston. So they play together, and then they play each other in the district. So it's that MacArthur is one of the top teams in the district with much respect.
Talk about your playing and coaching timeline. Were you playing in high school and then in college? What's been your volleyball timeline?
Oh, okay. So actually, I started off as a volleyball manager my 6th grade year. My sister is the one that played volleyball.
Right.
So I would just be folding clothes and then just kind of paying attention. And I was kind of like, oh, I could do this. So I ended up going to a different middle school for my 7th grade year, and they had already had their team picked. So it's kind of like, oh, we got our team picked. So, she could try out next year. So my mom was like, okay, she's really good, but okay. So then I got put in PE, and then, whatever sport is going on in PE, that's the sport that they learn. I think I served maybe 1 or 2 balls, and it was kind of like, oh my gosh, hey, can you come to practice? Can
right.
you? So I started playing, and then when I got to high school, volleyball was just something that was just recreation for me. But my basketball coach, I was primarily basketball. So she was like, hey, if you want to play basketball, you either got to run cross country or play volleyball. And I was like, I'm definitely going to play volleyball because I don't feel like running like that. So
right.
It was kind of like, we had to make a choice. And then it just kind of seemed like volleyball just went up from there. I didn't play club, but I just made sure that I was better every year. And then I ended up getting a volleyball scholarship to play at Prairie View A&M University. Mm-hmm. And got there as a freshman, started as a freshman, We won the SWAC in 2006. I actually set a record when I was in college, and I didn't know that I was the all-time leader in digs from 2006 to 2018, I believe.
Right.
So it was just kind of like, and then I went to grad school after that, and I was a grad assistant and volleyball coach, and then just started coaching club. And then I actually, once I graduated grad school, I went back to San Antonio, where I'm originally from, and then I worked for the Bexar County Sheriff's Office. So I was a deputy in Bexar County, and then I was like, man, the most important thing, like interviewing inmates, was I don't have a role model. So I just decided, like, hey, I'll just get into education, so that I could be that role model, because my coaches were my role models in high school, and I wanted to be just like my coaches. So I finally got a job at my alma mater, Sam Houston in San Antonio, and that's why I started my teaching and coaching career.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
So you were out of the game, and then boom, now you're finding.
It just happened that way, because my high school volleyball coach was like, hey, I'm leaving and I need somebody to have this program. So I trust you. So I want you to, get an education. So I decided to, use that and, get into education at Sam Houston.
Man, that's a great story. Okay. So finally, volleyball's great. Wins and losses are great. What are you trying to teach these girls? Just maybe off the court, or, things that they can work on the court that they can take off the court as well?
I want to teach them that they can do anything that they want to do. Anything they have their mindset to, that they can do it. It's not a matter of, am I good enough, or yes, you are good enough. So, I'm more concerned with the overall person, them academically first and foremost, how they're doing socially, mentally. And then we just use volleyball as a tool to just kind of, teach lessons from this point, and then things apply for them when they graduate and get into the real world.
Hey, up and comer, Coach Harrison, doing a great job at Nimitz, deciding what y'all are doing over there. Y'all look like y'all are playoff bound. Fingers crossed. Keep it going. Congrats on the early success. This is Matt. We'll see y'all at the game.
Thank you.